Yo, yo, here we go. April 15th, 12 p.m. noon time, Eastern time. Wednesday. Wednesday. Crazy. He's got some good points there. Yeah, it's crazy what's going on, man. Trump's mental illness is gone. He's lost his fucking mind, man. This dude should be so locked up in a mental institute. It's insane, man. Like, I can't fucking believe this shit, dude. They're allowing this fucking retard. Like, it's insane, man. Trump and Netanyahu have no right to tell anybody in the world that they can't have any type of nukes, being that they have them themselves, and they're the worst offenders of using them. Actually, which they didn't even use them because they were firebombed, because they don't have them. Evidently, they can't seem to prove any type of nuclear explosion. All we see is firebombs and shit like that. Evidence and stuff. It's fucking nuts, man. These fucking retards here. Fucking nuts. Trump has lost his fucking... I can't believe they let this fucking mentally ill retard... Again, Trump is completely fucking controlled by fucking Israel. And so when you call the U.S., you can't be thinking about what Trump and the U.S. will do. You have to be thinking about what would Israel or Netanyahu would do. You see what I'm saying? Because they're the ones who run the U.S. This whole idea of talking is a mental illness. I mean, if you were Iran, what are you, retarded? Like, if a serial killer just murdered your whole family, and are you going to make a deal with him? What are you talking about, a deal? What does that even fucking mean? You know what I mean? We have to have a deal to keep you from fucking attacking me? A truce? What is it? How about just don't attack? You had no right to just murder a bunch of innocent children. So it's insane. It's everybody has an inalienable right to defend themselves any way they fucking want. Any way they want. Nobody can tell them they can't do it. Nobody. So the U.S. is the biggest hypocrite of all time in Israel, and which therefore makes them lose all credibility. Again, the whole thing started with a Trump murdering a bunch of baby girls, baby children. Okay, this is a murder attack. Trump, don't get it twisted. Netanyahu and Trump are overt serial killers. Okay, Netanyahu has an arrest warrant for genociding Palestinians. That's a serial killer. Trump is a serial killer, murdering innocent people in Iran, the first attack, then Venezuela, fishermen, then the girls in the schools, and targeting all the other universities like that. All constantly committing war crimes is what. That's all I've ever seen from Trump and Netanyahu and in Israel are nothing but war crimes on civilians. That's all I see. Is terrorist attacks and genocide and war crimes on civilians by serial killers like Trump and Netanyahu. That's what we're seeing here. And pretty much, you know, Lindsey Wagner, or what was that fucking retard's name? Lindsey Graham, that fucking pedophile motherfucking homo. He sucks pedophile dick all day long, takes pedophile dick up his ass all day long. Yeah, he's a problem. All these motherfuckers need to be arrested immediately and executed for treason. Hold them to their own Kool-Aid. You want to be a fucking, you want to have a... Kind of got an itch. Let's scratch that itch.
The thing we've done has put an American troop in more of a harm's way.
Now to a CBS News exclusive with a soldier who survived the deadliest Iranian attack on Americans since the war began. It happened at a command post in Kuwait on the very first day of the war. 6 people died at that time, and that soldier spoke to our own Jonah Kaplan. He says that Army leadership knew the attack was possible, but failed to prepare for it.
For me, I think telling the truth is important.
His unit's leadership ordered them to move to the post ahead of the war, and he says they did that despite intelligence showing it was on a list of potential Iranian drone targets.
Were these deaths preventable?
In my opinion, absolutely yes.
What fortifications existed there?
I mean, I would put it in the none category from a drone defense capability.
None. There were no fortifications.
None.
Not a single thing we've done has put an American troop in more of a harm's way.
Now to a CBS News exclusive with a soldier who survived the deadliest Iranian attack on America.
Yeah. Again, every word out of these fucking pedophiles' mouth are lies. They're all pathological megalomaniac liars. Trump has his whole regime, his whole entire terrorist regime, completely under mind control, brainwashed, MK Ultra hypnosis. Okay? Have you guys ever seen that movie? I came across this old movie the other day. Holy motherfucking shit. It's called Disturbing Behavior. Okay? They were taking these kids, right, in these groups at school and implanting chips in the motherfuckers. And you could see the chips lights through their eye. And they were hypnotizing them and using chips, chips in their head and controlling their behavior. And it's like in the 90s, man. Like, okay, all these plans that they want to do to you, us, planned way ahead of time, way ahead. It's crazy. It's like they're not bound by time or something. Whew, yeah. Yeah. And by the way, you're never going to have any peace talks work out ever because of Israel doesn't want peace and they control Trump. So all these peace talks are a waste of time. And it's like, I don't negotiate with terrorist, pedophile, serial killers anyway. Like I only kill them or they, and to the point they're all dead, or to the point where they stop attacking me and respect my fucking freedom and sovereignty. Right. And that's what's going to happen to these fucking retards in the US government and Israel government. And, you know, Trump knows he should be targeted for assassination the way he did them. And that's why he sent Vance, because he's a fucking pussy, faggot, coward, pedophile, serial killing, genocidal, megalomaniac, compulsive liar. Think about it. Think about it. Use your fucking head besides your brain for something besides keeping your ears apart. I'm just kidding. That's what my Gramps used to always say to me. People are now facing jail time for being homeless. Great. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Oh my gosh. I don't even know if we should go here, man. I'm not. Ugh. Oh my God. Well, so the second moon slash should have been landing, but a flyby. Instead of a moon landing, they said they did a moon flyby because they don't want to fake. They don't want to fake. Again, what kind of waste of money and resources is that? If it actually happened, but it didn't. They were in a pool. You can see the bubbles. It's all fake. Everybody is, even the biggest retards are very disappointed. There just is no good footage of anything. Everything is lacking.
Privileged enough to make a, you would think that if you were privileged enough to make.
Wait, what did that say? Astronaut glitch.
You would think that if you were privileged enough to make a journey to the moon, I mean, you actually took a trip to the moon. You were in the capsule on top of the rocket that launched you at 25,000 miles per hour so that you could escape Earth's gravitational pull. You circled around the Earth. You saw that it was a globe. You went 250 something thousand miles to circle around the dark side of the moon that no human being had ever seen. Certain death separated you from the inside of the capsule to the outside and the inhospitable heat and cold of space. You would think if you actually took that journey, you wouldn't need anybody to tell you what to say in an earpiece. You wouldn't need to read it on a teleprompter. You wouldn't need to make notes. It would just pour out of you. Yeah, I was terrorized. There was 5,000 degrees outside. We could have easily burned up if one of those panels slipped off. We could have died at any moment. We could have lost our oxygen, had a power outage, frozen to death. Any number of things could have happened, but we saw the moon. We saw the Earth from a distance that few other human beings have ever seen. But it looks like Christina here lost signal in her earpiece, as somebody may have been telling her what to say about the journey that she experienced? Check this out.
When we saw Tiny Earth, people asked our crew what impressions we had. And honestly, what struck me wasn't necessarily just Earth, it was all the blackness around it. Earth was...
That is so ridiculous. These stars are so bright. There's stars everywhere. There's supposed to be stars fucking every fucking where. You can see them from here at night. You can't turn them off.
Just this lifeboat hanging undisturbingly in the universe.
What you're hearing is mental illness retardation. This is the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. At least they could try to fake it better with some brains.
Uh-oh. So I may have not learned, I know I haven't learned everything that this journey has yet to teach me. But there's one new thing I know, and that is planet Earth, you are a crew. Yeah. Thank you.
Again, the mental ill retards are telling you that you're flying through space on a ball. You're a spaceship. Earth spaceship mental illness retards. Okay? This is how dumb they are.
Was that really a speech worthy of applause? Because when I view or I picture, I think about a speech worthy of applause, I think of a speech that actually came from the heart of the person who actually went through that experience, who traveled those miles, who endured the hardship of that journey. Think about it. 10 days in space, 4 people in 330 cubic feet or less, sharing these close quarters for 10 freaking days. One toilet.
One toilet, 10 people. Can you imagine how fucking constant shit and shitting and pissing for 10 people in this tiny little area? It doesn't, it's not even logistically possible. It really is debunked immediately when you actually think about it, folks. It's so insane.
Having to wear space diapers, crapping in a toilet that was working and then it wasn't working, 10 days without water to take a bath, to clean your private parts, to eat the crappy NASA food, and to experience a situation where your life was in continual peril for 10 solid days. And this is the best you could come up with? Somebody else had to feed you a script and give you the lines and help you to convey a message that only you experienced? Is this the best that $70 million a day provides Americans with?
And don't forget about the $10,000 every second that they're stealing in this bullshit fucking war that shouldn't exist. This perpetual terrorist attack by Trump and pedophile Yahoo.
In other news, finally, Candace Owens comes around after supporting Donald Trump for years. Mr. Operation Warp Speed, the father of the vaccine. She finally comes around to saying to Trump, you are a part of the Epstein.
That dumb fucking retard bitch will turn around and tell you to vote for the next retard liar.
Class, this is your legacy.
Let me tell you something, and this is just reality, okay? Going back to just the rules of the jungle, okay? Let all the politicians and advisors around you evaporate for just a moment. Just you and me, ready? People will not fight beside, behind, or for someone who is fundamentally disloyal, okay? If disloyalty and deceit is in your nature, then I highly suggest that you combine it with silence. You can be what you are, but I would advise you do it quietly, Trump.
She's talking to Donald Trump. Disloyalty has always been a part of his DNA. Betrayal against the American.
What did you think was going to happen? Did you not hear about his whole life, how he deceived everybody? I mean, what the fuck is going on here?
People has always been the legacy of Donald Trump. And if a picture
I mean, look what Donald Trump tried to do here.
is worth 1,000 words, this is 1,000 words in condemnation of Donald Trump. This is Vera Koking's house. She and her husband bought this residence back in 1961 for $20,000. In the 1970s, the penthouse owner offered her $1 million so that he could build a casino in this area. She declined. She wanted to live in her own house. He built the casino around her. He overspent on the project, lost money, and wasn't able to continue with this project. In 1993, Donald Trump came along and wanted to make this a limousine parking garage for his casino. He offered to buy it for $250,000. She refused to sell it, and
she refused $1 million already, and fucking retard Trump thinks she's going to take $250. This is how mentally ill that fucking retard pedophile is.
Took her to court using eminent
that fucking serial killing piece of shit, genocidal maniac
domain. The court battle dragged out for about 5 years, and she ended up winning the case. He was actually rightly called out for this during the 2016 presidential campaign.
Yeah, check this out. This pedophile gets called out again. By the way, on record, raped a 13-year-old, this retard, and you retards have the nerve to put him on TV still. Fucking idiot.
By career criminal Jeb Bush.
There's retards out there. Our president, our pedophile is what you should be saying. Our pedophile, because that's how dumb you are.
The difference between eminent domain for public purpose, as Donald said, roads and infrastructure, pipelines and all that, that's for public purpose. But what Donald Trump did was use eminent domain to try to take the property of an elderly woman on the Strip in Atlantic City. That is not public purpose. That is downright.
Look at ugly ass Donald Trump. His chin goes straight down to his shoulders. He has no fucking neckline. He's completely clogged like a fucking retard.
Wrong. And here's the problem.
I don't know how he's alive. He should be dead right now. He's so clogged, he should be dead.
With that. Right, okay. The problem was it was to tear down. It was to
Jeb
tear
wants
down.
To be, he wants to be a tough guy. He wants to be a tough guy
It was to tear down
I didn't take the property.
And the net result was you tried.
I didn't
and
take
you
the
lost
property.
In the court.
The woman ultimately didn't want to do that.
You lost in court, you pedophile fuck. You tried and you lost. So shut the fuck up, pedophile. You fucking dumb pedophile fuck.
He did try. He did try to take it from her, and he used state authorities to do it.
That is not true. And the simple fact is, to turn this into a limousine parking lot for his casinos is not a public use. And in Florida, based on what we did, we made that impossible. It is part of our.
I watch Rubio all against Trump here too. Now he fucking sucks his dick the whole time, every day, every second.
Constitution. That's the better approach. That is the conservative approach.
Mr. Trump, take 30 seconds. Let me just, he wants to be a tough guy. A lot of times you'll have, and it doesn't work very well.
How tough is it to take property from an elderly woman?
Yeah, how tough are you fucking trying to steal from an old lady, you piece of shit, pedophile fuck?
Be tough, quiet.
How tough
a lot of times,
that pedophile's he's rude to everybody all the time. He doesn't deserve any voice.
That's all of his donors and special interests out there.
So yeah, Donald Trump has always been fundamentally disloyal.
People will not fight beside, behind, or for someone.
Like, this bitch is like a fucking retard. How dumb is this dumb fucking cunt? How dumb is this bitch? You're just now figuring out that maybe government. Are you going to figure out that it's not the people? They can just keep putting people there, but the government never changes. Have you ever figured out that's what the problem is, you dumb fucking retard bitch? It's like, I can't even listen to this fucking bitch. She's so dumb, bro. I'm sorry. She is too fucking dumb to listen to. Yeah, Tiny Earth, give me a break, you fucking retards. It would be huge, man. Yes. Earth is allegedly, because it's not, because it's you're in a room. That's why I'm the smartest one in the room. They say that Earth is 4 times wider and 64 times more voluminous than the moon. So Again, everything they say contradicts what reality would be. And he likes to lay by my bed when I'm sleeping there. Look at that. Look how cute he is. What is he itching there? Buddy, what you doing, bud? How are you? How are you, buddy? He's a good dog. That's the best dog I ever fucking... I can't believe how good this dog is. There you go. There you go. Yeesh. Man, hey, come on, man. Not on camera, bro. Dude. Man, here, I gotta tune that out. Fucking guy. Anyway, let's see. What do we got here? Let's show another quick one here. Or I don't.
NASA continues to release new images and videos from their latest moon mission, exposing themselves more with each one. Meanwhile, backpedaling space fantasy fanboys are working overtime, making excuses.
See here? You literally have their fake Earth CGI picture coming into the capsule here. See that bullshit? It's absolutely so fake. It's so insane. This can't exist, okay? When you fly, the higher you get, the flatter Earth looks because you're looking down on the face of the Earth. It's a face. It's all flat. Comes around you in a dome above you. That's why they say that's why they say kingdom and freedom and wisdom, because they knew we were under a dome, retards.
Excuses for all the anomalies and inconsistencies. Let's start with a quick slideshow of some of the new Earth and Moon images being given to the public.
Holy fucking Santa Claus cartoon retard fake CGI shit.
Claimed to be real handheld photographs taken by astronauts through windows in a rocket flying at speeds between 3,000 and 22,000 miles per hour. Most things filmed outside through your car window going just 65 miles per hour are a blur. Yet NASA never seems to have this problem, even at the incredible speeds they claim to attain. To a discerning eye, the colors, lighting, and textures in these pictures are all very synthetic and unrealistic, looking much more like CGI than actual photography. Here is actual video of the moon taken from Earth by a Nikon P900 super zoom camera. We can see the moon's color, lighting, and textures from Earth in amazing detail with just an 83 times zoom camera, which first of all suggests the moon isn't 240,000 miles away as claimed, but also shows how unnatural and unrealistic the new Artemis images actually are. Even AI bots that are trained to detect and differentiate real photographs from CGI are claiming the new NASA images are fake. In 2026, with the level of realism that CGI, AI, and deepfake technologies have achieved, to see these images and not be at least a little suspicious if they could possibly be fake is frankly disingenuous and gullible beyond belief.
Yeah.
Let's look at this image called A Setting Earth. Notice how clear the craters, shadows, and subtle textures appear. It looks like the camera is only a few dozen or at most a few hundred miles away from the moon's surface, being generous. NASA claims, however, that at its nearest, Artemis II was never any closer than 4,000 miles away from the moon. Now let's compare that with the following Apollo 11 image from 1969, where the astronauts were supposedly only 60 miles away from the lunar surface.
And again, faker than shit. There's no stars anywhere. There would be stars all over the place, but see, they can't do that because then they would have to have some type of computer moving them correctly. They would never be able to do it. They can't do it. What?
Look at the difference in detail between 60 miles away and 4,000 miles away. Why does everything look far more textured and detailed from 4,000 miles away than it does from 60?
What?
Could it be because photo fakery has come a long way since the 60s, and it actually has nothing to do with their supposed distance from the moon? Notice how much more detailed the lighting, shadows, textures, and contrast are on the Artemis moon images. Also, as a quick aside, if all of these moon craters were supposedly created by meteor impacts hitting the surface, how is it even remotely possible that every single meteor arrives at a straight 90 degrees above the surface's zenith? Every crater is a perfect circle. None of them are oblong or elongated, as they would have to be if meteors were actually striking from all angles.
No.
Now let's look at this image, called a distant crescent of home.
Oh my God.
Notice, first of all, the wonky shape and how both the tiny Earth and the moon appear to be smushed from top to bottom. This is similar to the effect seen during the live stream, when during one section of time, the moon drastically changed shape from a circle to a potato. In this image, the crew was allegedly 40,000 miles away from the lunar surface and 252,000 miles away from Earth. Earth's diameter is supposedly 4 times wider than the moon, while visually, in this picture, the moon's diameter is at least 4 times wider than the Earth. Being generous, it actually appears 5 or 6 times.
It's insane.
Now,
It's insane.
doing the math, 252,000 divided by 40,000 is 6.3, meaning the crew was 6.3 times closer to the moon than the Earth. But for an object that's actually 4 times smaller to appear 4 times larger, the observer must be situated 16 times closer to the smaller object.
So why can't NASA do the math on this? Like why can't they at least try to calculate it with AI or fucking and compute it with computers? Like what's wrong with these people?
In this case, however, Artemis
Eric Dubé can figure the shit out. They can't, but NASA can't get the math right? Are you kidding me? The ratios? Come on.
is only 6.3 times closer to the moon than Earth. That is a factor of over 10x discrepancy between the relative size and alleged distances of these two objects and the camera. The Earth should appear considerably larger in this picture. Now compare it back with the setting Earth picture we analyzed first.
Holy shit.
Here we are supposedly 4,000 miles from the lunar surface and approximately
Look
240
how fucking small the Earth is. It's ridiculous.
3,000 miles away from Earth.
God damn.
So compared to the last image, where the crew was 252,000 miles away from Earth, here the crew is only 9,000 miles closer to Earth than in that image. That is a factor of approximately 4%, meaning the size of the Earth should only change a maximum of 4% between the two pictures. In reality, however, and you can measure this for yourself with a ruler and the original NASA.gov images, the Earth changes size a factor of over 1,000% between the two pictures.
Jeez.
The Earth is only 4% closer in the second image, but yet appears 1,000% larger. There was a similar size discrepancy in the images sent from Artemis, claimed to be halfway to the moon.
And notice how they never show the whole. It's in a pool.
During their live stream,
Ridiculous.
they stated they were halfway to the moon, and yet the moon appeared much smaller
Yeah,
than
look
it
how
does
dumb
on
they are.
Earth.
They're so dumb.
In their Hello World image here, only a portion of Africa and a bunch of ocean is shown,
It's insane.
leaving the entire other 6 continents to impossibly fit on the other 50% of their CGI.
It's insane, man. They can't. It's like they're not even trying, man. Okay, I mean, it's like they're not even trying, man.
Globe.
Come on.
In addition to this, they
Fuck.
took another similar shot.
And again, why aren't there 24-hour a day, 7 days a week, fucking drone, fucking cameras, GoPro, all that shit everywhere from every angle? Why not? Think about the lack of evidence here, because they don't have it. Or you would absolutely show it if you could prove it, but you can't.
Called Dark Side of the Earth, where the exact same cloud patterns are shown as in Hello World. Some people are claiming these images were taken only minutes apart from one another.
Yeah, I heard some retard fall for that on some other YouTube channel because they're fucking mentally ill retards. But that was a lie. That was a lie.
But as you can see,
of course it was.
Directly from NASA.gov, they state that one was taken on April 2nd and the other was taken on April 3rd.
So You have a completely 24 hours later, the same exact fucking clouds, you fucking retards. Shut up. Shut up. But they lied and said, oh, they were taken minutes apart. That's a lie. We can prove it. He just proved and debunked these pedophile liars.
Either way, if they were taken on different days, how could the clouds stay the same? And if NASA has written it wrong on their own website, and these were taken the same day, how can the brightness of Earth change so much when the sun, the only light source in space, is fully eclipsed by the Earth? They also show Earth images like this, where part of the Earth globe is completely dark, hidden behind a Terminator line.
There's not any melted buildings anywhere. None.
Is it that Earth can be shown 3 totally different ways like this? Fully lit, dimly lit, and completely dark. Finally, let's take a look at some video glitches proving they are using CGI, or more specifically,
This is augmented virtual reality.
Augmented virtual reality, to create all the floating objects the crew interacts with on the spacecraft. They are constantly playing with stuffed toys, their food, the microphone, and other objects to
This shit is so fake. It's sad.
convince the public that they're really floating in outer space and not simply suspended on wires in a studio. But watch as this food pouch spins near this astronaut's face.
Oh my God, that's so bad.
You can see as the edge grazes his forehead, it glitches out
into his
and
head.
goes right through,
It disappears into his face.
rather than
The corner of the bag disappears into his face. But
realistically touching his face.
it's just ridiculous. This
There
is
is
how
no
they,
ch-
this is how they fake things floating around them. Okay, it's called augmented reality, virtual reality. This is how they fake things moving around. It's easy shit.
Change in direction of the pouch from hitting his head. And instead, it just continues floating right through, as if he wasn't there at all.
Oh my God, that's damn.
Now pay attention to the red spot on the white pouch. As the pouch spins around slowly, the red dot doesn't spin with the pouch.
Whoops.
For several frames, you can see the red dot stay in exactly the same shape and space, not realistically moving and turning with the rest of the bag. Then, as the bag continues to turn, at one point, you can see the red dot just vanishes completely.
Oh, we got Medusa. Look at
For several
Medusa.
turns,
Look at this stupid bitch with the fucking hairspray. This bitch has hairspray in her fucking goddamn hair.
the bag continues spinning around, but the red dot is nowhere to be found.
Go, Grace.
And then, finally, after some more turns, the red dot mysteriously and inexplicably reappears. This is because these are digital and not physical objects which they are interacting with, using a technology called augmented virtual reality. By wearing special VR contact lenses, you are able to see a digital overlay of pre-rendered interactable 3D objects within your physical 3D space. The objects do not exist in physical space, but are seen and interactable live in real time through the use of this technology. Remember, NASA takes over $70 million per day of American taxpayer money. A big-budget Hollywood movie like Gravity, starring Sandra Bullock, was filmed.
See that guy interacting, and he doesn't realize that we don't see what he's seeing, the digital, because they're not putting it up there yet.
100% on Earth, using nothing but wires, green screens, and CGI. That movie cost $100 million to make. That's NASA's budget for a day and a half. Imagine what kind of movie can be made with NASA's yearly budget of $24 billion. In fact, you don't have to imagine, because this entire Artemis II charade and everything else from NASA is exactly that. A big-budget Hollywood production made with the express purpose of disseminating this propaganda into the minds of the masses. The loyal NASA fanboy sycophants will try to make excuses and brush these impossible anomalies and wild discrepancies under the rug. But the more discerning amongst us are waking up. And I'm seeing this Artemis mission backfire, as many more people are finally seeing through the lies.
Oh, man. Oh, man, they fucked my camera? What is going on here? Oh, my God. Oh, dude. What is wrong with this fucking piece of shit, dude? Come on, man. Do your fucking job. Fuck me. Why isn't it working, bro? Come on, you piece of shit. get this piece of shit to work. Can you guys hear me? This fucking piece of shit camera won't fucking goddamn work. Oh my God. I'm going to lose it on this piece of fucking shit. It won't pick up my camera. This USB piece of fucking shit, man. I guess y'all didn't want to see me anyway, probably. Fucking goddamn, if I get fucking retard, you fucking YouTube, dude. Whoops. Oh my God, I'm gonna fucking lose it on this piece of fucking shit, dude. Do your fucking job, you fucking junk. Ooh, bro, dude, get fucking in there. See if this shit'll work. No, this fucking piece of shit camera will not work. There's something wrong with this fucking camera, dude. Anybody want to send me a new camera? Because this thing's junk. It's high time, dude. This thing's fucking junk. It's always something, bro. It's fucking goddamn bullshit, dude. Give me my fucking camera back, you fucking retards. What the fuck, bro? Do your fucking job. Fucking retard piece of shit camera, dude. Fucking junk, bro. You just can't fucking have anything. Nothing fucking works, man. Nothing fucking works. Yeah, it ain't working, man. It ain't fucking working. I don't have a fucking other camera that I can fucking just grab right now. I'd have to figure out where they are, where it is. I might have one. I don't know. I don't even think I have a backup camera, so this is goddamn pissing me the fuck off. What a fucking piece of shit. Do your fucking job. Look at that shit. It fucking decided to work, you fucking cunt. Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. I don't know what I did. I just kept trying. Oh my God, I was about to smash it too. Just kidding. God damn, dude. All right, well, I apologize about all that bullshit. Yeah, these data centers are a goddamn problem, folks. Cam got owned. Yeah. I got owned first, though. God damn this fucking thing. God. It fucking played me like Nintendo. Damn.
Hey, what? They canceled it!
What you mean? Your representatives actually represented what you wanted to do and not what they wanted to do, or some pedophile? Really? It's amazing. You mean really?
So, they're putting up these data centers. We were talking about this with Whitney Webb, and she, there's a lot of horror surrounding them. They use up all the...
They want to trap you into a 15-minute city. Again, you have a group of people that have no authority over you, telling you what to do, ruling over you. They have no right to do this. They're no better than you. They don't have the right to tell you what to do, man. Nobody has the right to rule over you and tell you what to do. Nobody can walk around anywhere and make a rule for anyone, ever. If you understood freedom and recognized it and respected it.
Water in the area, it drives up everybody's electricity, all kinds of bad things.
All you retard pedophiles don't get to go around making rules for the whole world. Make your own rules for yourself and mind your own fucking business, or you're all gonna get your heads chopped off, man. The vibration here is changing, and you're gonna get caught with your heads chopped off, man. You better fucking adjust. You better fucking do some readjustments.
So they tried to stop it. There was one there proposed. This is from Wall Street Apes. This is literally insane. So many people showed up to oppose a $6 billion data center in Missouri that they had to use bleachers. The whole crowd yells and chants they don't want the data center. Festus City Council voted to approve the data center anyway.
Now that is a blatant disregard of representing what the people wanted. You have an entire bleachers set up. The whole town shows up to tell them, we don't want this, so okay, it's pretty clear, right? Pretty clear. Okay, you don't do it. Did it anyway, because fuck you. They're a bunch of pedophiles.
Right in their freaking faces.
Wow. I would kill every one of them, dude. Just fuck it. Just fucking kill them all, bro. Don't let them leave. Kill everyone right there. Hang them right fucking there. And then maybe these fuckers in the government will change their minds. If everybody in that room decided to hang them right there, they would have every right to. Okay?
Wow.
You don't take when you take people's freedom, it's murder. You are murdering someone when you violate someone's freedom. It's murder. The penalty is death. You take my freedom, the penalty is death. You will die. That's why I'm going to kill every one of you fucks in government if I can never get my hands on you.
Let's watch a little bit. Here's the Festus Council approves a $6 billion data center plan despite public pushback.
I'll kill every one of you and sleep like a baby because it'll be no different than killing a fucking pedophile, genocidal maniac, serial killer that just got out of prison. Or was in prison because he just, like Netanyahu, just murdered a bunch of children. Trump just murdered a bunch of baby girls, children, school after school in Iran.
Bill number 4876, ordinance of no data center!
So, all you retards that think you have power, where's your power at? Where's your power, retards? They put the data center in anyway against your free will and consent. So where's your power, retards? Oh, you're going to vote them out next time, retard? When it's too late? When it's fucking too late and now they have a data center? Are you going to vote them out, you fucking retard? Is that what you're going to say your power is, people? Or are you going to hang these motherfuckers? There should be nobody in government walking around. They should all be hanging from a rope right now at this point. But I don't know. We're in the land of the retards.
So CRG, the data center arm of area developer Clayco, hopes to build the data center on roughly 360 acres north of Highway 67, and they're all chanting, vote them out. Okay.
Okay, vote them out, baby. Yeah, that'll teach them boo boo goo goo drool drool gaga goo goo.
And they did it. They proved it anyway, right in their face.
Vote them out. Hey, what do you mean vote them out? They got the data center now. It's too late. Vote them out. What are you talking about? They got it. What are you fucking talking about? There ain't no voting nothing out. They got their center. You dumb fuck.
They don't care. Look how unreasonable these people are about having their land, water, and private information and power stolen from them. How unreasonable. Here's another one. This is the noise. This is the noise coming from the hyperscale data center in...
Dude, I would literally kill everyone in that plant for that right there. They'd all be dead, dude. I'd kill every one of them. Yeah, I don't give a shit what happens to me after that. I could give a fuck.
Wajiak, Michigan. Residents who live nearby say they can no longer open the windows in their homes because of the noise and are very worried about their property values. The data center. So let's listen.
Because the corporations love you. They can't even do it away from everybody. They got to horn in on everybody's fucking peace and freedom. Just can't make this shit up, man. They really hate you. I don't know why you retards don't understand that politicians hate your guts. I don't know why you don't get it. You're so dumb.
One resident says the noise has made him unable to open his windows in the summer, and his
You think? You got to hear fucking Mike's fucking neighbor's AC unit back in the day. Holy shit, it was like that, bro. Poor Mike. Shout out to Mike Davino.
worried about what it will do to his property value. The company Hyperscale Data is planning to expand.
Oh yeah, baby. Because that ain't loud enough. They got to expand. It ain't loud enough. Hyperscale Data, dude. You need to fucking kill everybody in that bitch right now.
In the summertime, like I said, we like to have our windows open, and it's hard to when you're listening to that all the time. Yeah, I worry about that. The property values, because who's going to want to, if we want to resell the house, who's going to want
a deaf person? Duh. Deaf people. A family of deaf people. Duh.
to buy the house with that noise? No one's going to want to buy it. They'll be like, no, we ain't moving there. I mean, you know, and we liked it here. We've been here since 09, and we loved it here. But now, I don't know. It's not the quiet country city living that we've been used to.
Again, they moved out there to get away from the city, but no, the city moved right up on them, bro. Can you imagine how annoying, dude, this place is to me, bro? I want to fucking kill everyone in it almost.
Has it done anything good for the city? I have an idea.
If it has, I don't know where. I couldn't tell you where. All I know is it's I don't even know for sure. You know, they painted it at one time, and then they changed it up, and they did that. And they put the screens up there, and they just make a noise of it. There's just too much noise.
Man,
can you imagine living next door to that?
God damn, man! What the?
Can you imagine that? You got a house, all of a sudden they do that to your neighborhood? I guess you don't have to imagine it. It happened.
You don't have to.
That makes me sick.
You can't make it up because you don't have to.
There is a massive 18 million square foot data center is being planned north of Amarillo, Texas, along with a nuclear power plant to power it. Cotton Farmer says the Texas Panhandle is the largest U.S. cotton producing region, and water needs of the data center is going to wipe out the cotton industry.
That's the idea.
Many residents in the area rely on well water, to which will be also likely wiped out. The initial agreement with the city of Amarillo supplies 2.5 million gallons per day from municipal sources under a 20-year contract.
We always have money for everybody but you. All the pedophile politician corporations and rich people and data centers and mentally ill retards get your money, but you never, ever benefit. Ever. You still have to pay for a driver's license when you walk in. They can't even cover that, man. Even though they milk you every time you buy something, they got to steal almost 10% of your fucking goddamn what you're buying.
Right. They can use 912.5 million gallons of water per year. That's that's a billion gallons of water per year. This will be devastating to the people who live there and rely on the water. No kidding. Well, maybe if they use the Flint, Michigan water, it will poison the company and it'll drop dead. How about that? Here's a cotton farmer.
For anybody in the Texas Panhandle, you might want to pay attention to this one. I don't know how many of y'all have heard about Project Matador. And if you have, I don't know how many of you heard all of it. Because quite frankly, I've heard enough that it scares the shit out of me. For those that don't know what Project Matador is, it is an 18 million square foot data center planned to be built north of Amarillo, Texas. Now, the problem that I have with this place, and the reason it scares me, is the cooling. Because it's not just cooling the data center itself, it's also the cooling for the nuclear power plants they're planning on building to power this place. Now, the cooling for that area is going to have to come from one of two places, and both of them are underground. It's either going to come from the Ogallala Aquifer or the Santa Rosa Aquifer. Either way, it's going to dry up a lot of water to the south of that power plant on the southern end of the Panhandle. And for those that don't realize, the Panhandle region of Texas is the largest cotton producing region in the United States. You want a quick way to put an end to that? Dry up the well water, because there's a lot of us that rely on those to grow what we do. The Panhandle region with irrigation, we can grow between 2 and 4 bale cotton, depending on how good your wells are and where you're at, how good your soil is. You dry up those wells, we're going to go from that 2 to 4 bale region, which is about 1,000 to 2,000 pounds, down to about a half a bale acre, which is about 250 pounds per acre. You do away with irrigation for us, and we can't grow what we grow.
Oh, but you rely on.
It's also going to hurt the people that live in the rural areas that rely on well water for their homes. People that live out here in the country, you dry their wells up and they don't have a choice. They either have to haul water in or they have to move, period. Now, this place claims they're not going to use a whole lot of water. They claim that, oh, well, life out here in rural Texas. So call you politicians, call you elected folks.
There you go. Beg your rulers to not rule over you so hard, you fucking child. You fucking retard child. Beg your pedophile dictator losers that hate you, that want to kill you. Israelis hate your guts. That's who rules over you. They want to fucking kill you. Beg them and they'll help you, you stupid fucking shit stain. Okay? There you go. Gaga goo goo, you fucking retard. That's why you're a loser standing where you are right now.
The bug in their ear. We don't need Project
Ruled. You are a ruled fucking slave idiot.
Matador. We need to protect.
Here's from Common Dreams, a big FU to big tech. New Jersey residents defeated an AI center. It's time to build communities, not data centers, said one local activist. So let's see.
For them.
Go. You go, girl.
The New Brunswick.
You go, girl.
New Jersey City Council voted. Wow, we've done comedy in New Brunswick.
There are situations where you can win because they can't do nothing, or they know they're gonna get fucking hung.
A New Jersey City Council voted Wednesday to cancel plans. What's the date on this?
Dude, they need to cancel fucking Wexner in Ohio. Cancel. He wants to have his own fucking pedophile city and shit, to where he can pedophile you. Every camera's everywhere. Roll over you via an AI city. You idiots.
This is from February 19th.
That's designed to keep you within 15 minutes of everything.
To construct an artificial intelligence data center and instead build a new public park.
And they're going to use these data centers to run your data cities, your prison cities, your new prison towns that are going to be the new automatic ruling over you. They don't even have to take their time off from their caviar to roll over you. They just use AI, automatico.
Where the 27,000 square foot facility would have gone. Artificial intelligence data centers, which house the servers and other infrastructure needed to train and power AI models, have major environmental and climate impacts as they consume massive amounts of electricity and water, as well as rare earth metals and other resources. So,
rare earth metals. The earth doesn't produce any metals naturally, nor does it produce oil naturally. Jeff, dumb fuck, Berwick, idiot. That's how dumb that dude is, okay? He thinks oil comes from the earth. You're not on a ball, you fucking retards. There is no ball earth, fucking idiots. Mountains are melted buildings. The whole fucking plane realm is horizontally flat. Topography is melted buildings. Topography that is not flat is nothing more than melted buildings.
According to the New Brunswick Patch, hundreds of people packed into Wednesday evening City Hall meeting to voice concerns that the proposed data center would send their electricity and water bills skyrocketing and that the facility would harm the environment. Many people did not want this in their neighborhood, New Brunswick NAACP President Bruce Morgan said during the council meeting. We don't want these kinds of centers that's going to take resources from the community. The site of the NUKES data center, 100 Jersey Avenue, is already slated for development, including 600 new apartments, 10% of which will be affordable housing units and warehouses for startups and other small businesses. Now, thanks to Wednesday's vote, a park is on the agenda too. This is great news. No data center, New Brunswick resident Ann Norris told Patch. My kids went through the public school system. We didn't pay for lunch because we have so many families under the poverty line, Norris said, before taking aim at what she said was the dearth of affordable housing approved for the site. Given the economic status of the people who live in New Brunswick, I don't think 10% is really sufficient. Following the council meeting, jubilant residents celebrated the data center's cancellation, chanting slogans including "The people united will never be defeated," "We say big F you to big tech." Local organizers Ben Diazabek shouted to the crowd, "We say a big F you to private equity, and it's time to build communities, not data centers." A data center in New Brunswick was canceled tonight when hundreds of residents showed up. When we fight big tech and private equity, we win. Let's watch a little.
They canceled it! Say what? They canceled it! The people unite!
Gaga, boo boo, gaga, boo boo, goo goo. You're ruled. You're a bunch of dumb slaves. This is not a victory. You're still enslaved by a ruling class of Epstein class pedophiles. What is wrong with you fucking retards, man? Let me catch up to the chat. How y'all doing today? I haven't read a single Robin, how you doing? Benny Boy Truth. Robin, how you doing? Love you too. Tom, how you doing, buddy? We got Tom, Robin, and Benny, and Ether Madness, 420, true. We got Justin. What's up, Adam? Murph Law, hey, there you go. What's up, buddy? We even got Murph Law. The data centers will control the robots and automated cities to roll over you and cut you off when it's you're socially unacceptable in this area, or you can't ride a train or whatever. It'll know what to cut off and what kind of food you're allowed to buy, and when you have and the expiration date on your money, you have to spend it within a certain amount of time, or it expires. And you can only spend this much on meat, and it's like the most intense micro managing that you could ever imagine. You're being micro managed, like every decision, everywhere you go, everything, you're constantly being micromanaged by a pedophile's automated system to rule over you. Let that sink in. Oh, yeah, the veins receding. Starting to recede. Remember those nasty veins there? Yeah, you can still kind of almost see them still. They're going away, baby. Give it time. It's taking a lot longer than I thought, man. This decrystallization process, this de-aging that I'm going through with the vessel, the chakras clearing up and decrystallizing, it's taken way longer than I thought. I mean, I jumped the gun. I shouldn't even have mentioned the shit yet. I mean, it's taken so long. Shouldn't even have mentioned it yet because it's taken so much longer than I thought. I got fooled. This shit was starting to heal me up real fast. And then it seemed to slow down again. But let's see here. What do we got here? Well, yeah. Sorry, let me just get these links queued up so we can kill it. You be Ellen. Whoa. Wait, what is this? Yeah, it's amazing that Trump thinks he could just like order everybody around and like they're going to respect that or something. Like, what kind of retard is going to respect you that don't respect them? Trump? Like, how is Trump this dumb? It's amazing. I don't know. I don't remember this video, man. What video is this, dude? Should I show it? Even though I don't remember the video. I need a bucket of Rick Simpson oil, man, because cannabis is the only plant in the whole world, in the entire world, that your vessel, your body has a cannabinoidal system in it that requires cannabis. That's why it's illegal. You can kill yourself with alcohol and cigarettes and heroin and all this other shit in certain places, but you can't kill yourself with cannabis because you're going to heal yourself, right? You're going to heal yourself spiritually as well, etherically, more importantly, which is how you heal your physical vessel. Let that sink in. The only way to heal your physical vessel is to have your etheric, electromagnetic fields and chakra vessel healed, so it can heal you and regenerate your physical form correctly, appropriately to you. As we're all each sovereign integrals, integral to the whole. Every one of us, each of us, make up what is the entirety of ourself. Oh, here we go. I'll eventually come across a really good link. Some of these links don't impress me, and I don't want to waste your time. So that's why I'm taking longer. Plus, things change, and then plus, it seems like is it as relevant as this? I don't know. Oh, man. These are on fire. Where's the one? Oh, man, these... People are crashing out. Come on, this fucking internet's so fucking weak and slow and stupid. God. Fuck. Sit here for a fucking hour for a fucking goddamn page to come up. Yeah, now the government in California wants to restrict driving of classic cars. Again, complete nonsense, complete mental illness. Makes zero sense. Nothing is harming anything. Driving around, dude, it's insane. Like an older car, which is even better than the fucking emissions of the newer ones in some cases. It's ridiculous. It literally is. It's fucking ridiculous. Stop, you idiot. Shit, I need some goddamn weed is what I fucking need. What are you talking about? I need some smoke. Somebody donate so I can get some goddamn smoke. This is bullshit.
To me, I was repeatedly. I was 3 times a day. To me, I was repeatedly. I was 3 times a day sometimes.
I saw her face to face during the trial. It will be very vindicating to speak my statement.
Did to me, I was repeatedly. I was 3 times a day sometimes. Did to me, I was repeatedly. I was 3 times a day.
He's raped 3 times a day, but Trump doesn't give a fuck because he's a fucking rapist. And evidently, the terrorist Democrat and Republican regimes don't give a fuck either. Nobody has ever been held accountable for any of these fuckers raping her 3 times a day. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. I think some people have got to die for this shit. You can't be raped. You rape somebody, you fucking die. You fucking die. Okay? You rape somebody, you should get death, bro. You took somebody's freedom. I'm sorry. You got to die for that in my book. You die for the rape. You die for rape in my book. I catch you raping someone, you're going to fucking die, bitch. You're going to fucking die, motherfucker. Because the penalty fits the crime. You take somebody's freedom, you took their life and soul. You killed him, basically. So now I'm going to kill you. Let that sink in.
And while our national power and wealth are squandered and families are made to pay more for everything, rest assured, the Mar-a-Lago mafia are finding ways to profit. Because of course they are. The Financial Times reported, quote, Pete Hegseth's broker looked to buy defense fund before Iran attack. A company owned in part by Eric and Don Jr. has been pitching Gulf monarchies on its drone interceptors. Jared Kushner's already on the Saudi payroll to the tune of $2 billion, and he's been soliciting billions more from princes and sheikhs across the region while leading negotiations on Iran.
A dude is on the payroll from a foreign country, treason, and he's making... And nobody calls conflict of interest. It's like I'm living in retard land. Allow a fucking the lowest of the low life idiots of all humans in the entire human race. They let that retard run around like a mental patient. Here, have a turnkey dictatorship. Go destroy the world. They let this fucking retard loose on the world with a psychopath like Netanyahu. What do you think is going to happen?
Of you.
It's going to literally rain diarrhea shit every day until this asshole's dead.
U.S. President Donald Trump is intensifying at home as the war with Iran continues, with Democratic lawmakers accusing the administration and its allies of profiting from the conflict, while ordinary Americans...
While Pelosi has made millions and millions, this dumb bitch.
They're
all hypocrite liars. They all got to die. If I could kill every one of them, man, they're all dead.
The economic cost.
Fucking Motherfuckers are all dead. Lifers. Dead.
Senator John Ossoff,
Automatically
speaking at a
dead.
Democratic event in Georgia, alleged that individuals close to Trump, both within and outside the administration, have made billions by leveraging advanced knowledge of military actions and market-moving decisions tied to the war. Ossoff framed the conflict as not only a strategic and humanitarian issue, but also an economic one, arguing that the war is draining U.S. national power and wealth while driving up costs for American families. At the center of his criticism are claims
So ridiculously fucking obvious. It's like I'm living in gaga goo goo land where everybody's like mentally ill, retarded, you know, the mentality of a fucking cockroach or a chicken.
of potential financial gains linked to defense spending, energy markets, and regional deals. He pointed to reports suggesting that individuals connected to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth had positioned themselves in defense-related investments ahead of the escalation.
It's just the tip of the iceberg. I mean, it's pathetic. The corruption is fucking pathetic. What's up, Messa Melt? Tom, Sam. Yeah, they asked you, please don't fuck us even more. Please don't fuck us so hard today. I've already been raped 3 times today. Please don't rape me one more time, government. Please. Fucking retards, man. This place is fucked, okay? It is fucked. And everybody in it's fucked.
If you believe a brand new car on the showroom floor represents the peak of progress, then you may be looking at one of the most sophisticated financial traps the modern industry has ever built. According to J.D. Power, the PP100 index is now at an alarming level. Before 2020, this number typically ranged from 120 to 160. By 2024, it had risen to 190 in dependability studies. Then it climbed further to 202 in 2025. Put simply, newer vehicles, despite all their advanced technology, have been getting worse. That brand new car you just signed for at $70,000 may be a very well-packaged mistake. And don't reassure yourself by thinking, at least I bought a high-end vehicle. Because even models like the Cadillac Escalade and the Jeep Wagoneer, priced close to $100,000, are not escaping this cycle of defects. The modern auto industry has become a financial slaughterhouse, where true mechanical quality is being phased out and replaced with...
I'll give you 2 reasons right now, right off the bat, why you don't buy a new Suburban, Tahoe, or Escalade, or anything with the back seats, with the power back seats that have murdered children and can murder more children. And not to mention, all of their engines are blowing up, and then you're fucked because they don't have a replacement. And if they do, they don't have time to put it in yet. You're fucked.
With artificial shine. And next, I'm going to show you exactly which useless features are quietly wearing your vehicle down day by day, and why going back to older analog machines may be the smartest decision you can make right now. Going back to the years before 2010, that was the era of pure mechanical design. Everything was straightforward. You could see the engine block, the belts, and the thick hydraulic lines.
Actually, to be precise, if you really want to, the best ideal years are 96 to 2006. Seriously.
Control was in the hands of the driver. If a part...
Although you could, I saw some 2010s back at, I don't know when it was, that you can still turn off the cylinder deactivation chip with this decoder thing you can plug in to read codes. You can do that, I heard. And so if you can do that, then you're okay with some of that shit.
Failed, you could feel it through
up to 2010 if you work it.
The steering wheel, and most importantly, you could fix it yourself. But today's vehicles are a different story. What you see is no longer a durable engine, but a maze of wiring, sensitive electronic control modules, and cheap plastic parts replacing solid metal. Take a simple example.
Yeah, that's why the older vehicles are literally built better.
The front bumper. Back then, it was
Why? Just because of the materials alone. You use cheap plastic that breaks compared to steel and metal or aluminum or anything. What do you think is going to happen?
a solid piece of
They know what they're doing. They're a bunch of fucking cheapskate scam artists.
steel or
All corporations are a bunch of pedophile scam artists. The CEO steals all your fucking money and pays nobody nothing. It's a scam. It's a wealth transfer program.
durable ABS plastic built to protect the vehicle. If it got scratched, it didn't matter. If it was badly damaged, you could go to a salvage yard, buy another one for $100 and install it yourself. Today, repair costs have jumped by 59%.
Today, they've intentionally designed and engineered the vehicles to make it impossible for everybody because they're a bunch of fucking pedophile retards.
A minor collision can easily lead to a $3,000 repair bill. Why? Because manufacturers have packed the bumper with ultrasonic sensors and radar cameras. A small dent can
shit that nobody can mandate or require you to build your car this certain way. Nobody. This is all mental illness. Nobody. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. I can't take this shit, dude. All these fuckers in government gotta die, dude. I don't know why you allow them to exist. All these assholes in government should be dead. You cannot allow any groups of people to go around with a monopoly on power. It's insane. Where's all the militias that the goddamn Constitution said you were supposed to have running around to stop the tyranny? Where's the Second Amendment? Where's all of it? It didn't mean shit because somebody wrote it down. They wiped their ass with your Constitution. How did it help you, you shit stains? You people are delusional. All right, I'm queuing up a couple links right now. It's taking forever. Hurry the fuck up and goddamn play the video, shit stain. Good gosh, man. Oh, it's that one. All right, we got a couple queued up now. Cheers to the chat room, everybody. Where's my Rick Simpson oil at? Nobody sent me any. Where is it?
Now canceling graduation speeches. NYU, which is where I went to school, has officially ended live school graduation speakers, and the university says that it will now play a video of selected speakers' pre-recorded remarks as they sit on stage. Why is this happening? Well, I quote, "The ruling class knows that if you give the smartest person in the room a microphone, they're probably going to say Free Palestine." So once again, the speech of Americans is being silenced, not because the elites think that we're going to say something bad about America, but rather because, quote, "we need to protect the reputation of Israel." America is now canceling graduation speeches.
Yeah, it's pretty goddamn sad.
There's a wealth transfer going on
on. There's a wealth transfer going on. Regular people's wealth is being drained to build infrastructure that will enslave them.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to back to the show. We got our special guest with us, everybody's favorite. Whitney Webb is here. Whitney has been a professional writer, researcher, journalist since 2016. She was a
Limited hangout, not unlimited. Limited hangout. Whitney Webb. I'm just kidding.
staff writer and senior investigative reporter for Minpress News. She's a contributing editor for Unlimited Hangout.
Limited.
And author of the book One Nation Under Blackmail, about the connection between the U.S. intelligence services, organized crime, and Jeffrey Epstein. Welcome back to the show, Whitney Webb. Hi, Whitney.
Hey, great to be here. Thanks for having me.
So you have a new, at Unlimited Hangout, you have this new article, how Leslie Wexner and Jeffrey Epstein built the Silicon Heartland, but it's in Ohio. This is something. Let me just read a few paragraphs and then I'll let you take it away.
Sure, sounds good.
Wexner, with Epstein's help,
Not like an agent much?
has done much more than attract massive AI data centers to the state, meaning Ohio. As this investigation will show, Wexner and his closest allies, Epstein among them, worked to create a model for the takeover of local governments via public-private partnerships, starting first in New Albany, beginning in the late 1980s. It has since spread to cover the entire state of Ohio via a network of public-private partnerships.
They're going to completely take over the state of Ohio and make it a private environment. So there's no more constitutional government restraint and protection for your freedoms.
So Wexner helped create. This system has allowed Wexner to use billions of dollars of Ohio taxpayer money with
instead of using their own money. They have billions. They got to use ours. They can't use their own. It's not good enough that they have billions. They're going to have to, and they can use all that. They don't even want to use their own mountain. But then why are they really billionaires then?
little to no public scrutiny to finance what can only be described as a massive welfare system for corporations. Among the system's current biggest beneficiaries,
again, Trump, shit like this proves why government can never exist. It can't exist. Government controlling you to control your mind.
are Wexner's New Albany company, as well as massive big tech corporations with important ties to Jeffrey Epstein's, for example, Amazon and Google. Meanwhile, regular Ohioans are seeing their power bills jump, provoking an affordability crisis.
Yes, you have to pay for your own enslavement. You have to pay and help the pedophiles enslave you, the pedophile billionaires. It's not good enough that they have billions. They've got to use your money to enslave you. Don't you get it, how dumb you are? You're pathetic, people in the public.
While funding for public schools, libraries, and healthcare is cut dramatically, all to keep the corporate welfare engine designed by Wexner running full tilt. Wow. So, tell people, how did this all come about? How did this start? Why is it in Ohio and why isn't it in Silicon Valley? And what does Jeffrey Epstein have to do with this?
Well, it's in Ohio and it involves
Well, Epstein and Wexner are butt buddies. They fucked and sucked each other.
Epstein, precisely because of Leslie Wexner. Leslie Wexner has been based in Ohio for a very long time. He's the state's richest man. And as people should know by now, he was Epstein's main benefactor for many, many years. Up until Wexner says 2007, but of course the recent releases show that they continued chummily talking after that date. And around in the late 1980s or so, Wexner decided to basically create what would become his own personal fiefdom in New Albany, Ohio. It was originally just, sprawling farmland, and he, with his longtime crony John Kessler, decided to basically turn this into Wexnerville, for lack of a better term. And so essentially what they did is, well, it pops up in a few different documents, as I note in in the article, but there were basically what seemed like bribery attempts to get zoning laws changed so he could build this city or town in New Albany. And one of the documents this appears in also alleges that Wexner is linked to organized crime. It was produced originally by the Columbus Police Department. Because New Albany is basically now like a de facto suburb of Columbus. It's in that same regional area, which is the Ohio's capital, and Wexner is extremely influential there. And so essentially over time, New Albany became a public-private partnership where the New Albany Company is in a public-private governing partnership with the local government, the city of New Albany. And later Wexner lobbied to get the law changed even more so it could be a de facto private government that's independent within Ohio, can tax citizens, issue bonds, controls it in a way that the local, regional government cannot, which is kind of crazy in and of itself. But beyond that, the New Albany Company has become one of the main drivers in attracting data centers to Ohio. So the state is currently 4th in the country for most data centers. It has, I think,
holy shit. And plus it makes sense because it's right outside New York City. All this area is still close to the Northeast, New York City, and they're going to need a lot. And, and even Washington, D.C. and Virginia, that whole northern eastern area is a bunch of AI shit for the pedophile intelligence agencies.
193, but over 120 of those are like in New Albany, in the New Albany area, where that real estate is sold to those companies that are courted to that area, by the New Albany Company that Wexner controls. So he's been making bank off of all of this. And the way that these companies are courted are through these other public-private partners.
Well, the rich use their money or influence to get even richer and to steal all your money. Oh. Why do you allow a system like this to exist, stupid fucks? If you take away the tools, they can't ever do a single thing to you.
Partnerships, the model of which Wexner created initially in Columbus, but now it's spread to every region of the state where taxpayer money is used.
Money didn't exist. They couldn't control you like this.
Is to create these large incentive packages to court these companies over.
Government didn't exist. They couldn't control you like this. If the banks, the corporations didn't exist, they couldn't control you like this. If all this pedophile shit didn't exist, they wouldn't be able to control you at all. But you allow them to fuck you in your assholes every day, all the time, nonstop.
There, even though 75% of them would have relocated anyway. But it's an insane amount of taxpayer subsidies that's being funneled to these people through this network that, Wexner created. And as I note in the article, I mean, we can get into some of the specifics, but the corruption is absolutely off the charts. I mean, it's very crazy. It's like Banana Republic kind of stuff going in Ohio. And you have these, venture capitalists and other people, coming in and basically buying politicians and using it to privatize major aspects of Ohio regional and state governments. A lot of these people are directly linked to people like the current Vice President J.D. Vance, who was an Ohio senator, the guy.
Speaking of corruption, man, you got the NAP, you got the fucking the NAP Commission report on place corruption. You got the what do you call it? Report. Let's see. Where is it? The other fucking report. You have all these different reports proving the corruption in government is run rampant and nobody ever gets in trouble. Again, like the police are going to police themselves. This is ridiculous.
Guy who's currently running for governor of Ohio, Vivek Ramaswamy. And those particular guys are part of this crowd of if you want to call them accelerationists, or fans of the quote unquote dark enlightenment, they're interested in privatizing government entirely, and then having it be ruled by a
oligarchy, technocratic bullshit. It's all fucking people trying to rule over you now. It was royalty. It was royalty, then the church, then governments, and then AI, and
EO dictator, which is quote unquote dark enlightenment, or fans of the quote unquote dark enlightenment, they're interested in privatizing government entirely.
So they go from, let's see, the religion, the ruling religion corporation automatic, and then back to royalty again, or technocracy, oligarchy, right back to a ruling class again, right back to royalty, the king and queens again. You have fucking done a full circle from royalty. Right after 420 years ago, the whole world was wiped out. You had royalty, then the religion, then the governments, and now right back to the royalty again. You're going to be ruled by a technocratic, oligarchical ruling class of people that consider themselves royalty. They have the right to rule over you. They want to rule over you. They're mentally ill. That no normal human wants that. These are basically a reptilian shapeshifter demons. They might as well be, right? Because they're not human.
And then having it be ruled by a
human means you want to help the human race or people. It's not a race, but everybody here.
The CEO dictator, which is basically the model proffered by Curtis Yarvin, who is cozy with all of these people. So that effort to basically privatize government in Ohio, it was started by Wexner and Epstein. And as far as the Epstein connection, when Ghislaine Max,
it's always the same reptilian shape-shifting demons that are trying to do everything all over the world. This control shit. Normal humans don't want to control you, and they're not anti-human. If they're anti-human and they want to control you, you have to consider the fact that they might not be human.
Maxwell was interviewed by Todd Blanche, the deputy.
Normal human people don't operate like, they don't want these mentally ill things.
Attorney General. She said that Epstein ran New Albany. And as I note in the article, Epstein is all over New Albany, and his billionaire investment company had a
the same Epstein class of pedophile fucking retard, psychopath, genocidal pedophiles like Netanyahu, all of them. The same group of assholes everywhere, all the time. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, the same group of pedophile Epstein class retards trying to rule everybody and always have to tell everybody what to do.
Branch operating there, and it seems to
Bill Gates
be the same entity that was actually
assholes again and again get rounded out and get put in front of you.
The Wexner investment company, or the
look at Tony Blair bringing out Tony Blair for the fucking with their shit in Israel back in it's insane.
The New Albany property company
for the Board of Peace. Good luck with that, Board of Peace. Hey Trump, how's that hotel in Israel doing for you? Yeah, don't look like you're going to have any fucking hotels there for a while, shit stain.
Which the Wexner Foundation admitted was a Wexner-related role that Epstein was involved in, which in itself, just flies in the face of the whole narrative that's been put forth for how Wexner doesn't really have anything to do with anything bad Epstein ever did. But Wexner just runs Ohio. He had members and probably, has a lot of influence over the national governance as well. He was redacted in the Epstein files at first as an alleged co-conspirator. He had members of Congress come to his house to depose him. I mean, none of that is normal. And anyway, sorry, I've been rambling for a while.
No, keep going. It's just so there's so many things, but so this is basically just Leslie Wexner buying politicians and then privatizing the government. And does it exist a city where you said that he basically got the laws changed so he can run it?
He got New Albany. The law changed to New Albany specifically so he could run it. But the model he created started off in Columbus, and now it's popped up in every major regional area of Ohio. So what he did initially is in the early 2000s, he made this public-private partnership called the Columbus Partnership, which later gave birth to various other entities, including what is now One Columbus and the Smart City Columbus, which is trying to turn Columbus into a test city for smart cities nationwide.
No.
But One Columbus is basically the privatized version, or it's semi-private, but it's run by the private sector and its investors, which include like JP Morgan, Bank of America, Wexner's The Limit.
Pedophile Morgan.
Did, all these big
that's why you don't have free energy right now, shit fucking motherfuckers. That's why Tesla got put out of business, because of JP Morgan, that pedophile fuck.
Corporations, and it basically replaced the Regional Economic Development Authority. It privatized it. Right. And so then you have all these different public-private partnerships of the same model crop up later. And then you have one created in 2011 at the state level, called Jobs Ohio. And Jobs Ohio is an extremely controversial organization, as it should be, because it's extremely egregious. So basically, this venture capitalist who's super cozy with Reid Hoffman of LinkedIn fame, and also perhaps Epstein infamy, if you will, named Mark Kwame, paid former Governor John Kasich's campaign over $1 million. And basically when Kasich got in, he put Kwame in charge of this corporation he created called Jobs Ohio that privatized the entire state's economic development authority. Wow. And so basically what Jobs Ohio did, it's a private corporation, and then it took control of what was formerly the state liquor tax. So the state liquor tax in Ohio, instead of going into the public coffers, is funneled into this private corporation that, because it's a private corporation, doesn't have to show the public at all how it spends its money. And they're basically the main engine now.
They already fucking don't show you and let you audit them as it is. But hey, good luck when it changes.
Nationally, and then in conjunction with these regional public-private partnerships, funneling taxpayer money to these corporations. And what I noted in the article, which was co-authored with Mark Goodwin, by the way, are funneled into these, big incentives for these companies to relocate. And they're extremely controversial in part too, because the data centers have made power bills in Ohio just shoot through the roof. After publishing this article, I've been contacted by numerous people from Ohio who have said their power bills are, close to $700 a month for single family homes. And that represents a huge jump from when a lot of these data centers became operational. And
they got $10,000 a second to murder babies in Iran. And then they're going to steal your fucking money for Wexner, another control freak, Epstein class pedophile.
Most of them are in the Columbus area, but they're building more. And that same Mark Kwame guy that I mentioned a second ago, who helped create Jobs Ohio, he has a new sovereign wealth fund, as he calls it, for the state of Ohio, that is funneling money into Wexner connected initiatives, and also into JD Vance's venture capital firm, Narya Capital. And some of these deals that he has invested in, he invested in a property that is being developed by the New Albany company, which is again Wexner controlled, and they're putting a giant data center in Sunbury, Ohio, even though locals don't want it. And they're,
because
just going to shove it through.
You're a bunch of dumb fucking slaves, and you allow everything to happen to you. You allow yourselves to be ruled and dominated and controlled in every aspect. What do you think is going to happen to you, you retards? You're done. You've given them an inch, and now they're going to take the mile. It's too much. It's too pathetic. It's too goddamn pathetic. Yeah, the Ruby Flowers bullshit is expensive, but Tom, you have to use the codes that they email you, like Sea Lover and shit, Cannabis Lover. You have to use the codes to get 40% off of 8s and shit like that. Almost half off. That's the only way. You can never buy off them without a code. It's too expensive. The only thing that makes it usable. Nobody wants to hear about that data center shit, huh? I don't blame you. We lost a few viewers in the chat. The bills are exceeding the mortgage payments. Power bill exceeding the mortgage payments.
$1,218. $1,218.67. Yeah, for one building.
The rising cost of utilities definitely does have some effect on the reason we're going to just under one roof.
After we went through our first year, we looked at the electric bill, we looked at the rent, we realized we were not going to make enough money. So we had to raise the rent. And that was what started a lot of the rift with the West Virginians, that we were going to have to raise the rent when they had had camping the same way for so many years.
You're getting $1,300 to $1,500 bills for electric. And West Virginia has decided that they're going to run on coal for at least 2040. You don't have a choice when it comes to electric and water. And so, you
Yeah, they have a monopoly on it, which they should not. Okay, they should not.
Can't decide to just not have electric for that month. We're seeing businesses lock up, businesses are closing.
But they got $10,000 a second. They have $10,000 a second to murder babies in Iran. Trump does. And then he's got $10,000 a second to play games, an ego trip against Iran. He's got an ego trip and play games, and I'm going to block your blockade and blah, blah, boo, boo. And it's an ego thing. $10,000 a second in ego for Trump's ego. And Netanyahu's ruling over him, because what Israel will never want peace, ever. It will sabotage peace no matter what. Israel has to. Its life depends on it. And so, but you can't pay your power bill. But they got $10,000 a second to prove Trump's ego. But you can't pay your power bill. You're going out of business. You're going homeless. You can't eat today.
I try to stay so positive and look towards the future, You
should be able to make as long as you can bake some shit, you should be able to have a bakery. But all the red tape and all the inflation and all the monopolization, what do you think is going to happen?
Bigger
complacency. And this is what happens when you're complacent and you're not vigilant about your freedom. You will be punished. You will be punished by the predator class if you act like the prey.
plans, but sometimes it's just so sad.
You must be the type of person that eliminates the predator class. We need the world to just have the mindset of eliminating the predator class. We have to eliminate the predator class. We all have to, the 90% of us have to get together and kill the 10%. cancer that is here. We need to kill the 10% cancer that is government here.
God, you know, walking down there seeing it.
From here down was counters. I had an ice cream freezer, and then I had my bakery cakes.
I was getting ready. Like I had a bunch of stuff made up and everything and was getting ready for Valentine's Day because holidays were $700 to $1,000 days. So I would have.
Yeah, that's sad. It's sad. Hey, could somebody send me some fucking tomato seeds? I need soil anyway. I don't have no way to fucking grow these things. I need dirt, soil. Yeah, that sounds wonderful, Murph. That's 2 days ago.
Is that it never learns. The same arrogance that convinced Washington it could march into Baghdad and be greeted with roses just led the most powerful navy on earth straight into a trap that Tehran had been quietly preparing for months. Early this morning, just hours after Donald Trump took to Truth Social to announce his grand blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, 2 American warships set out on what was supposed to be a triumphant show of force.
Navy warship 121. This is Sepah Navy Station. You must alter course and go back to the Indian Ocean immediately.
Iranian naval warning forced a United States destroyer to retreat from the Strait of Hormuz.
Will U.S. Central Command say that 2 U.S. Navy...
Let me explain something. Iran is allowing everybody to pass except Israel and the United States. Why? Because it has to punish them for murdering and attacking them and assassinating their father, their leader. What that was their father. And then all their little baby children. So if you are a serial killer and you murder my whole family, I'm not going to let you pass. I'll let everybody else pass, but I'm not going to let you pass. And that's what the U.S. and United and Israel are. You don't deserve to pass anywhere and have anything to do near Iran. You fucking murdered them. Everyone else can come. You didn't attack me, but not Israel and the U.S.
Navy guided missile destroyers have begun clearing mines in the Strait of Hormuz.
Instead, they became the starring characters.
Clearing anything. That is some mentally ill shit, right? She just straight up told a fucking blatant lie. That's a fucking lie. They didn't clear shit.
In a meticulously staged humiliation. These vessels, the USS Frank E. Peterson and the USS Michael Murphy, steamed roughly 150 kilometers toward Abu Musa Island with orders to begin clearing mines and establishing that so-called safe pathway for global commerce. But what they found waiting for them wasn't a depleted Iranian navy licking its wounds from weeks of conflict. They found a steel wall, a wall composed of dozens of fast attack craft, drones buzzing overhead like angry hornets, and a brand new jamming device that the Pentagon's intelligence apparatus clearly missed completely. According to video footage now circulating widely, purportedly released by Iranian state media, the moment those American destroyers crossed into what Tehran defines as its zone of hostility, the Iranian military calmly waited, let them get comfortable, and then flipped a switch. And just like that, the Americans were blind. Their navigation systems went haywire. Their electronic warfare suites, supposedly the most advanced in the world, were rendered useless by a signal that reportedly bypasses any Chinese-made components. Pure, indigenous Iranian electronic warfare engineering. The landing operation, the mine-clearing mission, the grand reassertion of American dominance. It was over before the first Marine even touched water. Trump, who had been boasting that Iran's entire navy was obliterated, is now reportedly flailing in the White House, trying to spin this spectacular failure of a foothold operation into something other than the obvious. A catastrophic intelligence failure wrapped in a geopolitical miscalculation. Before we go any further, I need you to do something for me. If you believe that on
Oh yeah, I mean, I had a bunch of seeds from last year, bro. A shit ton, bro. That's something that once you have one crop, you never run out after that. So I'm good on all that shit, dude. We're good to go on the seeds, Tom.
You thought you were untouchable behind your walls of gold. But paper burns, and the walls are falling. December 26, the mandatory draft. You sending us to die while you sitting on a raft. Our boys fight. Yeah, bleeding in the dirt. Your boy's safe, wearing $1 billion shirt. We getting folded flags, you getting caviar. You driving us to hell in a bulletproof car. Lolita Island secrets, hiding in the shade while the working class dies for the mess that you made. You burning taxpayer money in a giant flame. 100 strikes in 10 minutes, treating it like a game. But the screen is turning red, the algorithms glitch. You dug a mass grave, now you falling in the ditch. Oil at 98, the ships are going down. You sitting in the bunker while you burning up the town. The chains are tightening, the fire is growing. You broke the whole world and the blood is flowing. The screen is the lock, the east is the key. The world is the court, you can never flee. Iran is the gable, hear the tick-tock. Your fate is short, yeah, you sitting on the block. Our boys fight, your boys hide. You crash the whole system while the missiles fly. You sitting in the courtroom, chains on your feet. No more fake news, panic in the street. You're screaming for a ceasefire, begging for a deal, but the whole world knows that the fire is real. You gave us 3 strikes, but you're striking out. The grey dollar's full, hear the people shout. Your daughter is a ghost, the paper is dead. You traded the physical, now look at the red. Look at the screens, the numbers are a lie. Look at the sky, watch the Iron Eagles fly. You printed fake money to fund a fake war. Now the Greeks hold the gold, knocking at your door. You blinded the masses with the plastic and the tech. But karma is a beast breathing heavy on your neck. You thought you owned the ocean, you thought you owned the strait, but the east closed the gates and you realize too late. They're crafting the youth just to cover up the crime, but the hourglass is empty, you are running out of time. Oil at 98, the ships are going down. You're sitting in the bunker while you burning up the town. The chains are tightening, the fire is growing. You broke the whole world and the blood is flowing. The strait is the lock, the east is the key. The world is the court, you can never flee. Iran is the gavel, hear the tick-tock. Your fate is short, yeah, you're sitting on the block. You played with human lives like chess pieces. You sent the innocent to the fire. Now the world is the jury, and the gavel is falling.
Basement on the wall, the empire falls. You played with our lives, now the reaper calls. Graveyard full, but the billionaires grin. This is World War III, tell me who's gonna win. Building coming
Yikes. Yeah. I mean, folks, they're gonna look. They're gonna have to, when they implement their AI, they're gonna have to have a way to enforce their AI in a way that is also has plausible deniability. So there's no direct contact with the ruling class. You see what I mean? Oh, okay, that's cool. Okay, I got a couple real good videos here that I found here. Yeah, they preconditioned everybody with the fucking movies too.
For those of you who are wondering whether the United States and Israel will continue to attack Iran, you've just had the answer from the head of the Israeli Mossad. And there's a reason why his statement is probably the most important statement you need to know about the continuation of the war in Iran. The head of the Mossad just said that our mission will be complete only when the regime is replaced inside of Iran. And he said many other important things in a recent speech that he had. But why is he one of the most important figures to listen to in relation to the war on Iran? It's primarily because if the United States went on a war of aggression against Iran for the sake of Israel, then why did Israel go on a war with Iran, at least from a military and intelligence perspective? It's because they had the info and intel to tell them that there is likelihood that they can be successful from the Israeli Mossad. The head of the Mossad estimated that the regime, as he calls it in Iran, will collapse within a year. He said that not long ago, and we had reports that Benjamin Netanyahu had a bit of a heated exchange between him and the head of the Mossad because of inaccurate information. So what did he just say now, and what can we understand about the continuation? Does that mean that we're definitely going to see a continuation of the war? So the head of the Mossad, David Barnea, spoke at the agency's Holocaust Remembrance Day ceremony, of course, in a very protected location because everything was pre-recorded. They wanted to avoid any surprise attacks coming from Iran. Barnea effectively was responding to the chairman of Shas, Aryeh Deri, who claimed that the Mossad was entrusted with a plan to replace the establishment in Iran, declared that he warned about the ballistic missile program and said the mission in Iran had not yet been completed. And in his response said, those who naively believe that the Holocaust belongs to the past, that in today's reality is genocide cannot happen. Listen to the terminology. That there cannot be calls for annihilation, that hatred threatening the existence of the Jewish people cannot grow, are mistaken. The Iranian threat grew before our eyes in full view of the world, almost without interference. So he's criticizing the people who were saying that he had intel, he gave it, and well, we still didn't have an establishment or what they call a regime change. And he's still saying that the mission is incomplete. So why? He said that we warned time and time about the danger posed by the nuclear program as an existential threat. You had a deal. You had an opportunity to have a deal with them, with the United States. You had a supreme leader who said we didn't want nukes, but then you went and attacked them anyway, if you were really worried. We warned time and time again about the quantities of ballistic missiles threatening civilians throughout our country.
These fucking retards. Oh yeah, you yeah, bro, I have seeds, bro. What the fuck, man? Can you make it be more annoying about it? Yeah.
I forget the name of the British diplomat, but he was a senior fellow, well respected, and he was just up front saying, "Look, Kushner and Witkoff, those are Mossad assets. They're working for Israeli intelligence. They're not working for America. They're working for Israel, even though they have American citizenship."
Donald Trump sent J.D. Vance, Jared Kushner, and Witkoff, his former real estate business partner, over to Iran to negotiate a peace deal.
And they had a Three Stooges like adventure.
Now, yes. Now the problem is, Kushner and Witkoff are working. They're Mossad. They're working for Israel. They're not working for the United States, and we all know Israel does not want the war to stop. They don't want a peace deal. And J.D. Vance is taking phone calls. He's directly reporting to Benjamin Netanyahu and taking calls directly from Bibi Netanyahu. So he's also compromised by Bibi. And so they're all working against the United States interests, all of them. And so that's why they walked away from a peace deal, which would benefit who? The United States and the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So breaking, Iranian state TV revealed.
Everybody would benefit from you stopping doing your terrorist attack, murdering children like a stupid pedophile, megalomaniac, genocidal idiot.
The reasons for the failure of the talks with the United States. The U.S. tried to achieve at the negotiating table what it could not achieve through war. The Americans demanded that Iran hand over their enriched uranium and open the Strait of Hormuz without recognizing Iran's sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has decided to defend its national interests by military.
Again, listen, it's like a bully coming around in the room going, I get a gun, but you can't have a gun. That's the U.S. I can have a gun, but you can't. That's bullshit, okay? That motherfucker needs to get, anybody does that, says that they can have a gun and I can't, I'm shooting them right in the head immediately. Anybody, if I'm in a room and somebody wants my gun, I'm going to shoot the shit out of them. Okay, you ain't getting my gun. I will kill you. So the idea of Iran and the U.S. coming up to them saying, give me your gun so that I can just kill you and tell you what to do easier is insane. And it's hypocritical. Because the U.S. is the biggest terrorist out of everybody, and Iran's never harmed a flea.
Means, and they're doing it. And even Alex Jones has turned on.
U.S. and Israel have zero credibility because they're the biggest terrorists in the world. They can't ever tell anybody what to do, ever. It's insane to listen to these pedophiles. They get no voice. The U.S. government and Israel are disregarded. They have no credibility. They get no voice. Everything they say is a pedophilic, genocidal lie. They don't get to talk around me ever again. They're cut off. The U.S. government is cut off. They don't get to say anything ever again to me. You're a bunch of genocidal pedophiles. You're done. The only thing you get to say, I want to hear out of you, is blood gargling out of your mouth. That's all I want to hear out of you, is you drowning on your own blood.
Jared Kushner and Witkoff. He says Iran's diplomacy corps say that Netanyahu and Kushner sabotaged the peace deal at the 11th hour. Pay close attention to the expression of Jared Kushner's face. He is extremely happy. This is what Alex Jones is saying. Here's what he tweets.
Straight up has pedophile cock all up in his ass, going into his mouth. Alex Jones is a pedophile cock-sucking faggot. He loves pedophile dick. He takes it in the ass every day by a pedophile. He protects him every day. He takes Trump dick in the ass every day. He loves Trump cock. Alex Jones has a Trump has a tattoo of Alex Jones' face sucking his dick on his cock. That's how much he sucks it.
It's out. So watch his face. And he looks extremely happy, according to Alex Jones. He does look extremely happy.
Your president has handlers from Mossad, and every day they have to report. J.D. Vance reports to Netanyahu, not the other way around. Trump reports to Netanyahu every day, not the other way around. They report to Netanyahu. Are you paying attention?
So that's what Alex Jones tweeted out. And here's what actually happened. This is here's a CIA analyst, former CIA analyst on Andrew Napolitano's show today. And this is what he got from his inside info on what actually happened.
But you have some thoughts from the inside as to what happened.
Yeah. One person I was in communication with just said that the basic problem was that Witkoff and Kushner, they were the ones putting the checks on J.D. Vance. If Vance had been allowed to just do the negotiations, we actually probably would have had an agreement. Vance was not the one pushing the whole nuclear nonsense. Because again, we go back to the logic and consistency of what Trump is saying or not saying. And so we went from obliterating, and my understanding of the word obliterating means completely destroyed Iran's nuclear capability with Midnight Hammer last June. And by God, anybody who...
By the way, that was completely an illegal terrorist attack again. Okay? This is the second time that Trump and Israel has done this illegal criminal war crime shit.
Suggested that there was any remnant left over and it wasn't successful, they got ousted. This happened to the head of the Defense Intelligence Agency. So we start with that to now, oh my God, they're refusing to give up their quest for a nuclear weapon. Well, they don't have one. I thought you obliterated it. So how could they have one? So, but that came directly from Israel. I mean, Israel is calling the shots on this. Trump is not vacillating one iota from that party line. And it was I forget the name of the British diplomat, but he was a senior fellow, well-respected. And he was just up front saying, look, Kushner and Witkoff, those are Mossad assets. They're working for Israeli intelligence. They're not working for America. They're working for Israel, even though they have American citizenship. And this is where the other problem is now developing with among the electorate. The public opinion and animus directed now at Israel is growing. It's not diminishing. So despite the fact that 95% of Congress is bought and paid for by AIPAC, that money's not going to turn things around for them.
So, and if you doubt that, I just want to show you this. Have you seen this, Kurt?
Yeah. What is happening?
So that's
Jared. That's the two of them.
Yeah, at the wall.
Well, is the wall telling them?
There's Kushner and the other fucking handler of Trump showing you who they're devoted to, who they serve, really. They're showing you right there who they serve. These fucking, there they are, bending over, sucking pedophile dick. There they are, sucking some pedophile fucking dick right there.
Whispering to them what to do. Oh, Wailing Wall, soon my wall. This looks like that show that was on Discovery or Investigation Discovery about people that want to fuck roller coasters. Like they're attracted to inanimate objects. That's
Yeah.
what these two assholes look like. Yo, fuck both of you and your whole country, you fucks.
Here's what Glenn Greenwald says. Iran has been vehemently clear for decades that it would never renounce the same right every country on earth has under the Nuclear Proliferation Treaty to enrich uranium for nuclear energy, but not for nuclear weapons. No country would ever give up that right. Trump never demanded.
And again, let's explain what they're doing here. What is nuclear? Can you smash atoms together and they explode? No, it's ridiculous. There is no nukes like that. Okay, what they're taking is pieces of super hot metals that stay hot and they don't cool down to boil water. They're called uranium and shit like that, plutonium. These are hot pieces of metal from the old world that are still hot to this day from this event 420 years ago. That's all it is.
Demanded this ludicrous concession until Israel ordered him that this has to be the red line. I still think Trump doesn't understand.
And what they should be doing is what they call thermal vents, and they think it's natural from the earth. These are areas of the old world that are still hot from this event 420 years ago that you can literally use to boil water and have free energy. But you're not allowed to have it.
Understand the difference between no nuclear bomb and no nuclear program. I agree with that. But either way, any negotiations based on a
No, they should be able to defend themselves any way they want. Nobody can tell anybody what to do. What are you talking about?
demand that Iran give up the right to enrich uranium, even to 3.67%, is designed in advance to fail, and instead to restart the war so that Israel's ultimate aim can.
And all this nuke shit is nonsense. They're all fighting over shit that doesn't exist to make him look even more foolish.
Be achieved, shattering Iranian society and turning it into Libya or Syria. That's
Trump knows the difference. He did something bad at an Epstein party. Trump knows the difference. He didn't talk like this much of an idiot, if you recall, when people voted for him. He suddenly talks the way a moron neocon talks because that's who controls him, because he did something bad. There's no way you would be doing all this unless you're involved in some dark, bad shit on purpose.
Not to mention he was paid $150 million by that stump fucking rich bitch from Israel.
And here's so someone tweets Mossad commentary says, Alex, you are sad, lonely, and a pathetic person, right? Alex responds, we all know Israel doesn't want the war to stop. If you were as smart as you think you are, you would know I'm doing everyone a favor.
Oh, how?
How?
By
pushing. You voted and pushed for Trump, Alex, you pedophile, cocksucking faggot. I literally will slap your teeth all over the ground if I see you, bro. You fat midget.
Doing everyone a favor by telling people that these guys are the infiltrators and they're working against the United States interests.
Okay, if I didn't see what was written here, I would assume this picture was of a shapeshifter that somebody says they caught on camera, because that's the kind of pictures they show when they go, look at how these people are lizard people in this picture. Look at that. Look at these two fucking specters walking in. I mean, Jared Kushner looks gross as hell, don't he?
I agree.
Does.
So you got it from Alex Jones. You got it from Judge Napolitano show. You got it from CIA ex-analyst Johnson, Glenn Greenwald, Alex Jones again. And I like this one. It says, mission accomplished, sir. That's Jared Kushner. Mission accomplished, sir. JD.
Folks, Trump's book should have been called Art of the Steal, because he's a thief. He's a thief. Art of the Steal.
Vance, no agreement. Bibi Netanyahu, thank you, my boy. Keeps eyes open. That's it.
Yeah.
There it is.
That's why he did such a Chabad job at this negotiation.
This is ceasefire updates. This is from the Iran Foreign Minister Syed Abbas Araghchi. I don't know why they have Italian foreign ministers in Iran, but they do.
Yeah.
We are disappointed.
Throw off Israel, I guess.
I guess so. We are disappointed with how U.S. behaved. Netanyahu's call to Vance during the meeting.
Netanyahu got to call it.
Shifted. Will you fucking continue? The focus from U.S.-Iran negotiation to Israel's interests.
Netanyahu called Vance during the negotiations. Shifted the focus from U.S.-Iran negotiations to Israel's interests. The U.S. tried to achieve at the negotiating table what it could not achieve through war. We came here with good faith. The press conference by Vance before he left Pakistan was unnecessary. We are that's right. They didn't have these in Iran. They had these in Pakistan. We are committed and prepared to safeguard our nation's interests and sovereignty.
Is it funny how you remember how Iran had a democratically elected government, and then we overthrew it and installed a puppet that everybody didn't like, even though they could wear miniskirts? I mean, I don't want to take away from the miniskirt wearing, but people didn't like it, so they overthrew it. Who would have thought that would be us? And it would have taken place years before, and nobody would have ever guessed. We're a Raj state like India was to England to Israel. Like a tiny little country runs all of our dumb shit politicians.
So what's really happening is that they want to start the war again. That's what J.D. Vance, Kushner, and Witkoff want. They walked away from the negotiating table, which, by the way, the rest of the world sees this. They see this, right?
World War III, everyone, for Bibi.
The only alternative now is for Trump to start the war again. And here's Scott Ritter telling you what's going to happen if we start the war again.
If we resume the war, we're going to lose. There's nothing that's happened militarily that changes the dynamic that already delivered an American defeat. We don't control the Strait of Hormuz, and we never will control the Strait of Hormuz. We cannot collapse the regime. The more we bomb, the stronger the regime gets. And I know there's been a lot of C-17 flights moving around, replenishing the missiles on board the ships, getting more defense. But we will. And the Iranians said, do whatever you need to do. You'll burn through all your stuff within 2 days, and we'll be right back where we started. The same dynamics in play. Iran controls every aspect of this conflict. We can blow up buildings on the ground. That's all we can do. We don't even know if you think there's anything of value in any building in Iran today, I've got a bridge to sell you in Brooklyn. We're going to go back in there. Donald Trump says he's going to blow things up. Well, you touch a power plant, Donald Trump, and the lights go out throughout the Middle East. Every single major energy production field in Saudi Arabia and Kuwait and the United Arab Emirates disappears, gone. And if you want to play even more stupid games, they'll start taking out desalinization plants, and they'll do that in Israel as well. And that's life terminating. That's the end of modern civilization in this region. And this is where the Iranians are ready to go. If that's the game the United States wants to play. This is why we stopped the war, because we had reached the cap of our escalation capability.
You don't know why. You don't have a fucking clue, bro. God, fucking retard. Oh, these people are so fucking dumb. They sit there and shill for the other side their whole lives, and then when it's convenient, they think they can. They're all frauds. They just want more government. They just want more government, more government. Where the hell's everybody at, man? And why doesn't anybody donate anymore? Help a brother out. Let me show you some AI shit of what really happened. They told you it was a rescue mission. Here's what really happened. Damn, it actually looks like they showed them actually finishing off their own people, maybe with the technology. If that's from their perspective, is that what I saw there? I don't know. The F-35, 22 Raptors? I don't know. They got the single engine F-35s on the aircraft carriers and the dual engine F-22 Raptors. I don't think they take off from the ship. Really? 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 I wonder what the link is, bruh. Email it to me and I'll play it next time. And then you got the bot farms making goy slop everywhere, propaganda, infiltrating everything. Oh. Goddamn flashlight.
Savage.
"40 ships at anchor in the strait. The dawn came cold and nobody moved. 2 weeks of silence on a piece of paper. Nothing signed means nothing proved. Pakistan stood between two fires and asked them both to sign their names. The pens hovered above the document. Both sides playing different games. Washington called it a victory. The screen still showed the strait was closed. A ceasefire for the cameras, while the Hormuz question stays exposed. Beirut heard the news at midnight. The strikes came anyway at 1. A signed agreement in Geneva means little when the shells still run. Terran kept the blockade steady. The paper said one thing, the boat's another. 40 days to solve a problem that took 6 weeks to fully smother. The rescue workers clear the rubble. Day one of peace looks just like war. The oil price dropped $1, then held exactly where before. 13 days and counting down now. The clock means everything right here. A ceasefire is a conversation between two sides who still won't hear. Israeli generals watch 2 screens. Lebanon and Hormuz both unresolved. Pakistan took the credit quietly. No crisis ever gets fully solved. A tanker captain reads the headline, looks up at the toll sign still in place. Signed a paper, closed the strait. That's the look of saving face. The document, the clock, the standoff. The gap between the word and deed. 2 weeks to fix what years have broken. That's all the time that both sides need. 10 days remaining on the clock. The signature's still fresh and dry. A ceasefire is not a peace. It's just an agreement not to die. Yeah.
Iran done. They want to invade Cuba next. Trump wants to invade Cuba next. It's easier. It's easier. Trump wants to invade Cuba next. It's easier.
The war room lit at midnight. The map already on the screen. Iran in red and Cuba in amber. The gap between them 17. Yellow hair and red tie, finger on the Western Hemisphere. When he said we may stop by Cuba, the whole room went very clear. Havana woke up oblivious, old cars on cobblestone at dawn. The news hit Latin America before the morning coffee was gone. Latin American summit emergency, flags around the table in the cold. The same one speaks the same 4 words and a new story being told. 13 warships and
Oh yeah, and also Israel also wants to attack Turkey next now. They all want to attack everybody nonstop. It's all about war with these pedophile fucks. Oh, here we go. This is good right here. Hold up. Here we go. Here we go. Take care, Justin. Take care, bro. He split.
Iran has claimed vindication after the Israeli Prime Minister admitted that the Trump administration briefs it daily on matters pertaining to military hostilities in the Middle East. Iran's Vice President Mohammad Reza Aref has accused the United States of reducing itself to a reporting branch for Israel. This, as PM Netanyahu said U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance briefed him immediately after leaving nuclear talks in Islamabad, part of what the premier described as regular, even daily updates. Quote, "For the first time in history, a senior official of a government is providing daily briefings to the head of another state," the Iranian vice president said in a post on X. "The issue is not us. It is a matter of structural humiliation." The comments mark one of the most direct Iran.
The issue is not us. It's a matter of structural humiliation. Do the American people realize that the White House has effectively turned into a reporting branch for another regime, aka genocidal terrorist regime Israel?
Of structural humiliation. The comments mark one of the most direct Iranian criticisms yet of the U.S.-Israel relationship, reframing what Washington presents as strategic coordination. The trigger was Netanyahu's own account. Speaking publicly, the Israeli leader said,
Oh yeah, that's AI as fuck too, by the way. Holy shit, dude. God, that was bad.
Vance had called him from his plane after the talks, providing a detailed breakdown of the negotiations and reiterating Washington's position on Iran's nuclear program.
They're literally showing like old.
Netanyahu portrayed the exchange as evidence of unprecedented alignment between the two governments.
Yesterday, I spoke with the Vice President, J.D. Vance. He called me from his plane on the way back from his...
He reported to me as soon as he got done with the meeting.
Islamabad. He reported to me in detail, as members of this administration do every day, on the development.
As members in this administration do every day. All of the members report to him. All of the fucking retard in the terrorist regime, Republican regime, report to Netanyahu. He just told you that.
In his plane on the way back from Islamabad. He reported to me in detail, as members of this administration do every day, on
as members in this terrorist pedophile regime do every day.
On the development in the negotiations. In this case, the explosion of the negotiations. The explosion came from the American side, which could not tolerate the blatant violation of the agreement to enter negotiations by Iran. The understanding, actually, was that they would cease fire and the Iran would immediately open the straits. They did not do so. The Americans could not accept this. He also made it clear to me that the central issue on the agenda, from the perspective of President Trump and the United States, is the removal of all enriched material and to ensure that there is no more enrichment in the coming years. And
again, this is just an excuse. None of this shit is real. There is no materials. And even if there were, they're allowed, even according to Russia, to use it to make power. It's their inalienable right, according to Putin himself. So now you got Trump pushing the envelope here. It's poking the bear of Russia, and it's fucking poking the bear of China, because now it wants to harass and interfere with China's relations with Iran. And now China has to send its navy to defend its way of life against the pedophile Trump and pedophile Yahoo.
this could be for decades, no enrichment within Iran. This is their focus.
Anyway, shut up, you pedophile fuck. If I ever see that dude, he's instantly dead. Instantly dead. Yeah, round up all dual citizens right now and execute them if you have half a brain, or you're all just retarded. Basically retarded. All right, hold on, hang in there. Wait till you hear this shit, dude. By the way, you want to hear some fucking... Again, Iran has to be the dumbest retards of all time for talking to the U.S. and Israel. You have to be retarded. I'm going to tell you what happened to the idiot Iranians that were dumb enough. They almost didn't make it home because of the U.S. and Israel were trying to kill them. Literally, you have fucking... Again, Trump and the U.S. government and Israel are the biggest psychopaths of all time. They literally are serial fucking killers. Yeah, the show is a horror movie.
I spoke yesterday with Vice President J.D. Vance. He called me from his plane on the way back from Washington. He reported to me in detail, as the people of this administration do every day, on the development of the negotiations.
Benjamin Netanyahu says the Trump administration reports directly to him. You think I'm kidding? And we all...
Is that No Shit Magazine?
And that's how you know that all the worst accusations in the Epstein files are true. Yep. We invaded Iraq with less evidence of guilt than this.
That's right, we did. When great reporters like your Michael Tracy's and your Matt Tabibis come out.
No, we didn't. I didn't invade anyone, dude. Again, your club is not the same as my club. Stop saying we, bro. It's like Anybody who says it doesn't, it shows you they don't understand things, the world they live in. When you hear retards say we a lot, it's because they're stupid and dumb. It completely is a dead giveaway that they're retarded.
And they go, well, the proof, you don't have the proof for this. We invaded Iraq we invaded Iran with less proof. We invaded Iran solely on the word of this great man right here.
That's right. Netanyahu says,
Even joking around, you don't call this guy a great man, you fat fucking tub of shit.
JD Vance reported every single detail of the peace talks to him. He reported to me in detail as a member of the administration, as members of
better too, or all the Epstein videos will come out.
The administration do every day. So Donald J. Trump and JD Vance, well, at least now we know what the J stands for.
Genius.
So here's Netanyahu.
Genius with a J, not a G, right? You fucking retard.
Let's listen.
I spoke yesterday with Vice President J.D. Vance. He called me from his...
So this is an AI translation because apparently, I like how BB says, because he speaks in Hebrew, like no one will ever translate it to English.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Goy.
Anyway, you get the idea. I don't need to show this fucking shit.
Iran is mocking Trump with claims that large numbers of U.S. soldiers are resigning or losing morale at Middle East bases. Claims of a U.S. troop shortage are now being used to question whether military strain was a real factor behind Trump's decision to accept a truce with Iran. Iranian security-linked messaging is also pushing the idea of a crisis at U.S. bases, revealing signs that Trump is edging toward strategic defeat. At the same time, questions about the effectiveness of the Hormuz blockade are adding to the pressure narrative, with analysts warning that the blockade may be failing. IRGC intelligence said on April 14th that frustration and hopelessness are spreading among U.S. troops in the region, presenting the claim as a sign that repeated Iranian attacks have taken a psychological toll on American forces. The IRGC attributed that alleged drop in morale to Iran's repeated missile and drone strikes on U.S. military bases across the Gulf, arguing that the sustained attacks have disrupted both confidence and battlefield readiness. Iran International reported that the IRGC made this revelation on the basis of what it described as assessments and field data, giving the claim the appearance of an intelligence-backed internal reading of U.S. conditions. Iran's IRGC intelligence said, and I quote, "Despair and frustration are taking a heavy toll on U.S. forces in the region. Intelligence assessments and some field reports on the condition of U.S. forces in the region suggest that a deep and significant sense of frustration and hopelessness has set in among them. According to these reports, several factors are driving that mood: the repeated and effective strikes by Iranian missiles and drones on military bases, officials in Washington brushing aside."
So that's no way to live, in constant fear of being blown up. That's a real fun, high quality of life for them, ain't it? You feel happy now for joining the pedophile military so you can help a pedophile out? All wars are bankster wars, folks.
Field reports and on-the-ground data, constant redeployments, living under unstable conditions, and repeated changes in plans ordered by the President and the Defense Secretary. In just the first month of the war, around 734 resignation or discharge requests were reportedly submitted from bases in 3 Persian Gulf countries. Field assessments indicate that the situation appears to be much the same in other countries across the region. These departures span every level, from senior commanders to the lowest ranks. At the same time, senior military commanders say that under orders from the Defense Secretary, the loss of soldiers is not considered a red line. What matters most is preventing commanders and troops from being taken captive. Unquote. The revelation came at a time when reports were also questioning the effectiveness of the U.S. naval blockade on Iranian ports, adding to the wider narrative that Washington's pressure campaign is facing visible strain. A Chinese tanker sanctioned by the United States sailed through the Strait of Hormuz on April 14th, marking a striking development amid the new maritime standoff in the Gulf. The vessel passed through Hormuz despite the U.S.-imposed blockade, according to ship tracking data that showed it successfully made the transit out of the Gulf. Reuters made the claim about the vessel Rich Starry, citing tracking data from LSEG, Marine Traffic, and CLR to document the ship's movement through the strategic waterway. According to the same data, the Rich Starry would be the first ship to make it through the strait and exit the Gulf since the blockade began. Notably, both the tanker and its owner, Shanghai Xianrun Shipping Company, Limited, are under US sanctions, making the passage especially politically sensitive. Reuters reported that sanctions on the Chinese Link Company were imposed because of its dealings with Iran, placing the vessel in the wider network of trade restrictions tied to Tehran. The Rich Starry is a medium-range tanker carrying about 250,000 barrels of methanol, according to the shipping data cited in the reports. The vessel loaded that cargo at its last port of call in Hamria in the United Arab Emirates, adding another regional link to the ship's voyage. Reuters also reported that the Chinese-owned tanker has a Chinese crew on board, based on the available vessel data. An Iranian embassy statement described the Rich Starry as a Malawi-flagged tanker, adding another detail to the growing attention around the ship's transit. Iranian embassy in Ghana wrote on X, and I quote, "Breaking, Rich Starry, a Chinese oil tanker sanctioned for shipping Iranian oil, flying the flag of Malawi, a country with no coastline, just sailed through America's blockade of the Strait of Hormuz." The Navy, with its many big beautiful ships, issued repeated warnings. Reportedly, the tanker's captain upgraded to premium to skip the ads. Edit. We're being told the blockade only applies to countries the US isn't afraid of. That list used to be long. It now fits on Trump's McDonald's receipt, delivered by DoorDash. Unquote. Tensions in the Strait.
Then you got China sending their navy too to make sure Trump doesn't cause any more problems. And then you got them supplying weapons and defense weapons. And then you got Russia now helping Iran. We're all in this because of non-thinking, order-following retards. All of this mental illness because of some retards.
Tension, distrust, and the shadow of danger. The Iranian delegation's journey home spiraled into a covert escape after high-stakes ceasefire talks with the United States in Islamabad collapsed without a breakthrough. What should have been a routine return became something far more ominous, marked by sudden diversions, secret transfers, and a grueling overland passage deep into Iran.
Team Iran's scary passage home. Scary's journey back home.
And a grueling overland passage deep into Iran. At the center of it, Mohammad Marandi, who traveled with the delegation. His claim, the threat was real. So real, they feared their aircraft could be targeted mid-air. Speaking to Al Mayadeen, Marandi revealed the delegation had received what he described as direct threats even before arriving in Pakistan. Warnings, he says, that dictated every move, every route, every decision, turning diplomacy into a journey of survival. The delegation included Iran's foreign minister Abbas Araghchi.
Like, are you kidding me? This guy? How are you this dumb? They murdered 2 groups before you, and you still want to talk to the pedophiles? It's crazy. You deserve to get killed if you're this dumb to talk to Trump and Netanyahu. You have to be retarded. It's like talking to a serial killer that just murdered your family, and now you want to make a deal with him. It's mental illness.
And Parliamentary Speaker Mohammad Bagher Ghalibath. Marandi recounted that on the return leg, the team quietly boarded a different aircraft, which then abruptly diverted and landed in Mashhad instead of flying directly to Tehran. From Mashhad, the officials avoided air travel altogether, completing the journey to the capital by a mix of train, car, and bus. Marandi said the decision reflected a
way smarter avoiding airplanes. Way smarter. You have a better chance in a train or a bus than in an airplane any day. Very smart. Very smart.
deep lack of trust in Washington and a belief within the group that the risks were too high to ignore.
But very dumb for talking to serial killers in the first place. It's like trying to reason with a lion in a cage or a shark in a water. It's basically retarded. Yeah, it's crazy, you guys. Mega means the highest rank in the Dark Wizards sect. Yeah.
People are really trying to warn each other to prepare for what is coming. You see all kinds of videos coming out about it right now. People have this feeling like something really bad is going to happen. And it seems almost crazy to think that in a way, because it's like, well, what day does not something really bad happen? But they feel like something bigger is lining up, and their message is clear. They are really warning people to prepare for what is ahead.
I don't think we're grasping the severity of the situation. I am sitting here shaking because I just got off of my weekly team call where my boss basically understands that we are all, on the right side of history, and said, how is everyone doing? Because apparently today we are going to destroy a civilization. And I said, not so good. And so did everybody else. So like everyone feels it, everyone knows. And I think that it is time to truly talk about the solution. Call me a fearmonger, tell me I'm unreasonable, tell me that you have a job to go to so you don't get fired, or bills to pay so you don't lose your home or mouths to feed. I don't think you understand the severity of the situation and how quickly we could turn it around.
Okay, Operation Underground Storage has begun. All the vehicles are moving in. We got the families moving into place. This is the mine where we're going to be held up for months. We're preparing, man. I told you. We had to get ready for what was coming.
These scaredy cat coward retards think they're going to get nuked when they don't even exist. They got big bombs, though. Don't get me wrong. But you're just going to be buried under. These are what you're seeing these people in. They're in a melted buildings parking garage in the old world. They put their parking garage in the bottom, and you could see that all this shit's been melted. And they're in the parking garage, which is the bottom of the old world buildings. They always put a parking garage in the bottom.
Coming. So you better
see, they're just in a parking garage of a melted building.
Families and stuff, food storage.
There's 40 something families in here preparing, thinking they're about to get nuked by Russia and China and Iran.
Just get up.
And North Korea.
Packed up pretty tight in here, but it's going to be good to go, man. I mean, better safe than sorry. So we're getting loaded up. Everybody's moving.
Better safe than sorry. Bro, this is not living. This is ridiculous.
But then we have different families in different sections. Right on. You got to be prepared. We've reinforced this just in case of any blast.
Oh, dude, that's not falling. That's melting. That was coming down, and it's not going to go anywhere now. You'll be fine.
Above, but we are literally under a mountain here. You got to be ready for what's to come, people. And we are. Right on. Like I said, we're packed in there a little bit tight.
They brought a boat in there. What are you going to do with a fucking boat in there, bro? Got to save that boat.
To make this work. About 400 families down here.
400. I'm sorry. I said 40. Thinking I might have make sure I heard it. It's 400. There is 400 families in that melted building, old world parking garage.
And I've never seen the world this horrible before. It's so funny to me that people are so unconcerned with the world around us. Like, we just wake up, we go to work, we eat, we drink. And you see that the world is increasingly getting worse, and you don't think that something is coming. How can you be so blind? That's just my interpretation of it. But I look at this world around me. So that's what I think. I truly believe like we are in the last seconds of the last days, but getting back to that's what was happening in the days of Noah. People were doing their normal.
There's no Noah. There was no Noah.
Days receiving its last all cooked. Now, if you don't already know, the U.S. is receiving its last oil shipment from Iran on April 15th, which means a couple things. One, gas prices are going to skyrocket.
And by the way, they use really big ships instead of a bunch of small ones like a smart person would do. They send really big ones. So if it fucking sinks, it really fucks up everything. And they drive the speed of a bicycle. So this is the last one.
Good. Yeah, we already knew this, and we said this last time, and they never skyrocketed.
The ship's speed is out of riding a bike.
I'll explain why it's really going to happen this time. We're currently experiencing gas prices rising because other countries who have already lost access to gas and oil deliveries are bidding to purchase the gas that we
They're already out in Australia, almost.
Are purchasing from other countries. We are going to turn into one of those countries, outbidding the other countries. So,
but the U.S. does have a strategic oil supply of its own that it is going to hoard from you. You don't. It's not yours. It's just the military's.
It's not just going to go up.
You can have war.
A dollar or two. It's going to go up like $6 to $7.
If you can get gas tonight, Sunday, April 12th, you must do it because gas is about to go through the roof. You think gas is expensive now, it's about to get worse. And here's why, and please pay attention. So by now, I'm sure you've heard that the Strait of Hormuz has been closed.
All right, we already know all this shit. We don't want to hear a retard update. Yeah, you have a bunch of pedophiles that want to lock you down. They're anti-human. No humans normal humans want to be against humans and want to lock them down. They want them to be free and be prosperous and happy so they can live in a happy world with everybody happy. But anyway, I'm out of here. Can you guys please donate? I need some support. I need some everything. God, I wish I had some fucking weed, man. I need some weed, man. Somebody send me some fucking weed, will you? And shit. And some donations would help so I can get what I need. Totally about to be out of everything. And tired of eating eggs, man. So I appreciate you guys. Love you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Much love. I love you all.